fake mobile money points created within the city, within nearby the polling stations. Gulu Town School is one of them. You at Limu, Old Rosary, Pece Primary, Gang Koro, Gankal, and many other areas. Almost near every polling station you could find youth and various people, including when the chairperson LC1, dishing out money ranging from 10,000 to 50,000 to voters to vote for a particular candidate. So for me, I feel this is unlawful. It is unacceptable. We cannot accept. But if all this it was done properly, if we're not there, the result, the outcome of the election would have been actually different. So these are some of the highlights that I want to bring. Now maybe allow me now to proceed to read my statement, the press statement for immediate release. The reference: formal notice of intended legal action arising from illegal electoral practices in the Laroo Pece Division mayoral election. A Geoffrey Otim, candidate for City Division Mayor of Laroo Pece City Division, Gulu City, I hereby place the public and all responsible institutions on formal notice that the recent concluded mayoral election was materially compromised by widespread and unlawful electoral practices, including voters' bribery, illegal inducement, abuse of administrative influences, and coordinated voter manipulation. This act constitutes grave violation of Constitution of Republic of Uganda, the Local Government Act, and the Parliamentary and Presidential Election Act as applicable. The scale, coordinated, and effect of these illegalities substantially affected the results of the election and rendered the process neither free nor fair. I categorically state that for these unlawful practices, the outcome of the election would have been fundamentally different. The election, therefore, fails the legal threshold of credibility and legitimacy required under the Constitution, under Ugandan electoral jurisprudence. Accordingly, I confirm that my legal team is finalizing an electoral petition and related legal action supported by documented evidence, sworn affidavits, witnesses' testimony, and material proof to be filed before the competent courts of law within the prescribed statutory timelines. This statement serves as notice to all individuals, agents, and institutions involved, whether by commission or omission, that they shall be cited, summoned, and held accountable in their personal and official capacity as provided by the law. I further demand that the Electoral Commission and the relevant law enforcement agency immediately preserve all electoral materials and records related to the Laroo Division mayoral election, as any distraction, alteration, or interference with these evidence shall attract serious legal consequences. Let it be unequivocal, clearly electoral fraud will be contested, prosecuted, and exposed through lawful judicial processes. The people of Laroo Division deserve leadership grounded in the rule of law, not in the financial inducement or coercion. I remain committed to peaceful, constitutional, and legal avenues in the defense of the vote and integrity of democratic governance. Signed by me, Geoffrey Otim, mayoral candidate, Laroo Pece Division.
The situational analysis and experience of what took place, not very far away from what I went through in Badeg. So the kind of similar pattern of political misbehavior that should be addressed in the courts of law. I think we have come a long way in northern Uganda in particular. In a post-conflict setting, we expect that you have leaders that stand by the challenges of the situation. But I think our people are being, their vulnerability are being subjected to political manipulation, which I think it is very unexpected of a post-conflict region that is recovering. And this message goes to government, really. The government of Uganda should review their focus on how peace building takes a long time, and how peace building should not be abused by misbehaviors that actually generates more conflict. And therefore, I think for us, we shall stay on the course of the courts of law. The Democratic Party is very well known in its precedence on sticking to the rule of law. And that is why we talk about truth and justice. We believe through those avenues, non-violence is the only way that can build a state, can build a country that is strong. And therefore, we shall never use violence for any political process. We believe non-violence through the use of courts of law are foundational on state building. And therefore, for any disagreement, we feel that for us who are aggrieved, it is the court that should be our best arbiter. And for the case of Geoffrey Otim, I think it speaks for itself. This time, I think even if you brought anybody from any part of Uganda, would be very surprised of what took place in the city. And even for us in particular, where our own people have been turned into political machines. You see people acting outside their political behavior and consent. And this, if it is incubated more in the future in northern Uganda, I do not expect us to be part of a state that we call Uganda. We expect northern Uganda to recover organically and to have leaders that stand for their challenges. And in the spirit of the law, I think this is not acceptable. It is not constitutional, and therefore we need to challenge them. We shall not get tired of being in courts of law. The Democratic Party is well known for matters of the courts of law. We have fought constitutional cases, many, since independence. We shall fight more other cases. We shall be like America, where every day we're in court. And this is the only way to strengthen a democracy. Democracy can only be strengthened through sometimes use of the courts of law, not the way we did in the past by going to the bush. So we need to have a clear record that for any election that comes, the voters must vote, and the results must be fair and free. And this is outside that. So it is not personal. We are not disagreeing with anybody by just disagreeing. We are disagreeing with the manner in which the laws are not being respected. Those who should actually keep law and order are part of what are manipulating them. So we are going to invest a lot of time and our capacity academically and everything else to find out, even to do a study on the voter behavior in northern Uganda. Why is this trend the way it is? Is it poverty being weaponized to fight the same people that we are supposed to protect? Because poverty is a very dangerous weapon. So it has reached a level where the leaders we expect to correct all these poverty issues are now using poverty as a shortcut to leadership. I think this is not acceptable. Even President Museveni said when he was in Kaunda grounds that actually poverty in northern Uganda sits in everybody's home state. And therefore, if you walk to the public and you get back home, you find poverty welcoming you with a statement that you are most welcome. I think I'll never forget that statement from President Museveni. So we must object to leaders who use our vulnerability for leadership. This is not fair for the country. We cannot have a role model that is actually not a role model which is progressive. And therefore, I support the initiative that Geoffrey has taken. And all of you, I think you have seen Geoffrey. He has never done this kind of thing. He's a man who fights for his people. And he feels he was unfairly treated. And that is why he has put the recourse to the law. And I support his initiative, just like mine. And we shall see all avenues to take. Whether it goes to the Supreme Court, we shall be there. We shall never get out of this. We shall remain non-violent, but we shall use legal processes to improve our public administration. So I thank you.